I heard my exhausted wife whisper another man's name while pretending she was asleep downstairs. I was already standing in the hallway with my shoes on when I heard my wife whisper, "Daniel, please stop," from our bedroom at 1:17 in the morning. The apartment was dark, except for the bathroom light she always left on. I froze with my hand on the front door lock and listened again. She sounded half asleep. Then she said, "I can't keep lying to him." My stomach dropped so hard I thought I might throw up right there on the carpet. When I walked back into the room, she jerked awake immediately and stared at me like she already knew what I had heard. I asked who Daniel was. She rubbed her face and told me I was acting crazy because she had been dreaming. I wanted to believe her badly enough that I actually apologized before leaving for my overnight shift. The whole drive across town felt wrong after that. I work maintenance at a small hospital, and usually the quiet helps me think. But that night I kept replaying her voice in my head. My wife, Nina, had been distant for months without giving me a reason I could hold on to. She stopped touching my arm when she passed me in the kitchen. She started taking calls on the balcony, even during snowstorms. Every time I asked if something was wrong, she blamed stress from work or headaches. Around 4 in the morning, while I was checking air filters on the 3rd floor, I finally searched her Instagram followers for the name Daniel. I found a guy from her office almost immediately. He had liked nearly every photo she posted during the last year. I did something I'm still ashamed about after my shift ended. I drove to her office parking lot and waited drinking stale gas station coffee. Around 9:30, I saw Nina pull in. 10 minutes later, the guy from Instagram parked beside her. He was taller than me, expensive jacket, probably early 40s. They stood near the elevators, talking quietly, before he touched the back of her neck. It was such a small thing, but it felt intimate in a way I hadn't felt with her in a long time. I watched her lean into his hand for 1 second before stepping away. I should have confronted them immediately, but instead I drove home shaking so badly I missed my exit twice. When she came home that evening, I asked her directly if she was sleeping with him. She sat at the kitchen table for almost a minute before saying yes without crying. The worst part wasn't even the affair itself. It was how ordinary her explanation sounded. She told me she felt lonely around me because I was always tired from work. She said Daniel listened to her complain and made her feel noticed again. I asked when it started, and she said 8 months earlier during an office conference in Columbus. 8 months. We had still been eating dinner together every night while she texted another man under the table. I asked whether she loved him. She kept staring at the refrigerator instead of me, and finally admitted she didn't know anymore. That answer hurt worse than if she had simply said yes. I slept on the couch for 3 nights after that. Every sound from the bedroom made me angry. It has been 7 months now, and we're separated but still legally married because neither of us can afford the paperwork yet. I moved into a small basement apartment behind a tire shop, and most nights I eat microwave noodles while watching old basketball games. Nina still calls sometimes, usually after drinking wine with her coworkers. She asks if I'm okay, then cries when I answer too honestly. Daniel left her 2 months after I moved out. Apparently, he never planned on leaving his own wife. I thought hearing that would make me feel better, but it mostly made everything seem smaller and sadder. Last week, Nina came by to return my winter coat. Before leaving, she stood in my doorway for a long time like she wanted me to invite her inside again. I almost did. That's the part I hate admitting most.